What's going on, my boys? Dan here, back again with another Duel Links video, and today is the day. It's Monday. It's the 12th, and the Duel Links qualifiers have been closed. Now, unfortunately, your boy did not get top 100 or top 10 like he wanted. It's a funny story behind that as to why, but yeah, I'll go into it a little bit. So I planned on getting in there on Sunday with everybody else and putting in a ton of effort. Ironically, Sunday my younger brother had went off to work and my wife was out of the house and your boy was in the house all alone. It was extra quiet and I took a nap. I took a nap and I felt like I had not slept in weeks or days. It just, I don't know, the nap was so refreshing. I wake up, it was like 7 p.m. It was super late, and I totally realized I goofed and I didn't get a chance to progress much yesterday. So as you guys know, I was trying to rank up in there and I was doing pretty good. I'm not really sure what other people's ranking were or what their scores were, but my scores were okay, just ending out with 367 points for the ranking, and I had about 26,000 DP. I had recently had about 30,000 DP, but when I tried to get in a couple random duels, I ended up losing, and I ended up losing my final duel right before they closed everything out. So I was pretty upset. I was a little salty, but don't get me wrong, 367 is still pretty good. It's just not top 100 and it's just not top 10, obviously. But honestly, the only reason I didn't get that is because I didn't get to spend a lot of time, because the deck that I was using, which is on the left hand side, was absolutely bananas and it was extremely effective. I made a couple changes to it at the very end. This is like the final form of the deck, but the deck I was using previous to this, minus the Gale Lizard, minus the double summonings and the field card I had in Gearfried to Iron Knight. So and one field spell. So there's a lot of stuff going on. Man, this is pretty vloggy. I want to say congrats to my boy Guns Blazing, who hit number 5 in the rankings. Like, that actually was hype. That actually made me pretty proud. I was trying to get up there too, but I feel like somebody from the community should be in here. I'm not sure who these other guys are. I don't see Kaiba Boy in there anymore, but congrats to my boy Guns Blazing right here, number 5, just killing it, man. Congrats to my boy. So yeah, let me talk to you guys a little bit about just my experience and everything. So as you guys know, a lot of us got to King of Games using the burn deck that I built. When I got to King of Games, I found out that burn deck will not cut the mustard, especially when you're playing against the Paradox brothers and they're all using supremacy berries and stuff like that. They basically outpace you. So I stopped playing it and I created this new deck, which is basically a bounce deck, or you could call it a field control deck. I prefer to call it a field control deck. And the idea of the deck is to get out at least 1 or 2 of those flip effect monsters that bounce cards back to the hand, which is Guardian Statue or Crass Clown, even Gale Lizard sometimes. And then you control the board by constantly manipulating the monsters, changing them to defense, etc. We have the field spells, because that extra boost in attack gives us extra damage every turn, and mirror walls and security orb for obvious reasons, you know, stop attacks, obviously, because we need to flip our monsters. So because I was actually, the funny thing was, I was trying to keep this deck under wraps while I played through here because it was so successful and it was winning so well. I didn't want to have to face it in a mirror match. But ironically, as I'm playing through here, I even came across other Weevils, and you know, as this goes, it only has you know, 5 or 6 things you can save. I came across another Weevil playing my burn deck, and I think this is it right here. I'm not 100%, but the Weevil playing my burn deck was pretty dang funny, because when I realized it was my burn deck, he even had added a couple new tricks to it. So I think it's kind of funny that like where I was dueling at this King of Games level, only King of Games people are dueling each other that are King of Games. It was almost like a Duelist Valhalla. Only the strongest duelist can come in here, and it was really interesting to play these guys that were really strong. I kind of see when I was complaining and saying we were getting matched up and getting screwed, I kind of don't believe that anymore. I think what was happening now is that basically there was a bottleneck, and there's a bunch of scrub players and regular players all in this bottleneck, and you sometimes as a serious player might be taking the hit on that because you're in the pool with those people. But once you get out of that pool, you start playing good players that aren't trying to cheese, that are just trying to play the game. So as you can see, this guy's deck is running just burn, and normally I never open like this, but you see he jumped out with the Swift Gaia. That was a nice little tech piece to add to that deck, but it's not gonna work against me because I have monsters to beat him over the head with, and I can get him right under his damage on his burning land. So that's not gonna stop me any. That was just one example of the deck. You know, it stops the old version. I wanted to show you boys that. I want to show you that it kills the old version. But now let's look at a different version here. I forget, this is versus Mai, I think. So this is definitely going to be a little more interesting. But yeah, your boy only made it to 300, man. Let me know in the comments where did you fall in the rank, or if you even participated. If I had more time, I would have definitely participated more, but I just ran out of time, honestly. I just couldn't do it because I put in a little bit of time, you know, Friday, a little bit of time Saturday, and then I just put in as much as I could on Sunday, but I totally fell asleep. So there was a time where I had the attack and receives and Gear Freed Iron Knight in there. Eventually I took attack and receive out because Gear Freed was just, I mean, not Gear Freed, I took attack and receive out because the deck was too good and it did not need the attack and receives. It would be better off if I used Sorcerer Spell Wall or something like that. Sorcerer Spell Wall makes Sergeant Electro a 19 and makes Gear Freed a 21. So it's a really powerful combo. That's why I call this deck the combo deck, because basically this entire deck is a 2-card combo. Every card in this deck works well with one other card, and it could be one of any other card. It's just a 2-card combo. Sorcerer Spell Wall works great with any monster. Mirror Wall works great with any monster. Security Orbs are great with any monster. You know, you get what I mean. If you got 2 monsters with the flip effects, that works great combo. If you got Sergeant Electro, you know, with any monster, it works great combos. That's why I call this deck the combo deck. Basically, this Mai is getting a little bit outpaced here for my spells and traps. I basically took a page from their book and stacked my deck with tons of spells and traps so that I can constantly fight these people off, because I realized while playing in the ranks at this high level that it's not that the people are the best players, it's not that the people are the strongest. Oh, this is a nice little attack and receive kill action. It's not that these people are the strongest, it's that these people, most of the time these Mais, which the rank, it was tons of them, they like to just sit behind 3 spells and traps on one monster. So with this deck, you move the monster off the field, you pick him right up, get him out of here, get in there on those life points. Now this deck, like I mentioned before, the only 3 cards in here that, well, there's 4 cards in it that you're looking at on the left that's different, which is the Sorcerer Spell Wall, Double Summon, and Gale Lizard. If you replace those with 3 Gear Freed Iron Knights and 1 of any spell or trap card that you choose, Blast Hell by Tribute is what I was using at the time to kill Gravekeepers. You can add that in, and then you'll have this exact same deck back. But again, I'm showing you some more examples of how I wreck people with this deck. Basically setting up the field, they couldn't really get past this, and then they get to getting bounced, and then they start getting their back row froze. Like it's obviously, you know, and when you combine this with the bug, with the parasite, it's even more devastating. A lot of my duels that I use the parasite with, I don't play Jade Insect Whistle, and you might wonder why. Because the parasite shows up eventually on its own, and we can use the parasite to our advantage when it comes up by surprise. I find that to be more devastating to an opponent, because if they, especially when they don't know what we're running. Oh, this, I forgot, this deck actually had, at a time, I had one trump card in it like I was Yugi, but I forgot to include that into this deck list. See, as you can see, as I'm dueling these people, it's not just me dueling and I'm trying to like win with my combos. Like, I'm dueling these people and I'm just basically outsmarting them. Like, see, I'm going for wins in every way that I can. Here comes that parasite boy. Oh my gosh. All right, so I don't know if I got the win here that that I'm talking to you boys about. It might be in these next two duels, but the experience overall, I really enjoyed this, man. This was really great. I just didn't like that it was basically based on who had the most time to follow through and play through the matches. You know, that that's neither here nor there. I'm not really too upset about that. However, I wish that it was a little different maybe, but you know, it is what it is. I just didn't get enough time for myself. But I got 30,000 points, and I think that's a lot, because considering that I came from 0, oh, and that's something I guess I didn't mention before. I had 0 DP at one point, because I was trying to play the Weevil Burn and it just wasn't working. And then I got really disappointed, and I was wondering, like, I don't even know if I should even bother with this. But ironically, I got like my phone broke and I had to take it to the store, and when I took the phone to the store, since it was smashed, you know, I really couldn't play Duel Links except for on my tablet anyway. So I got back in, I started playing, I got on my tablet, I started ranking up, and I got all the way up to 30,000 points. I was doing pretty dang good. So watch me putting the work on this guy, because the Gravekeepers was one of the toughest matchups in general. Just keeping their monsters off of the field was a hard thing to do, but you know, we managed to navigate around that. I really hate Gravekeepers, man. I really wish that they never included such a complete archetype into this game. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. That beefy defense of the soldier coming in handy. So flip, put our boy in, get that recruiter the fuck out of here. Freeze that back row. I should have froze the back row first. Set the cards. Bang bang with that beast. Set my Crass Clown. You see how I can maintain control with this deck. This is like this duel demonstrates how I maintain perfect control. Karibo's in the hand helps to throw off the opponent. Your opponent always kind of overextends when they feel like you don't have protection, which is like Karibo's are in the hand. So you know, that's why I run Karibo's. Get these guys out of here. Bang bang those life points. You're out. Goodbye. You're finished. The reason why I added in stuff like Gale Lizard is because I wanted to have a 7th card to flip stuff back to the hand, and then I also added in the Sorcerer Spell Wall just to add the more damage, just to add just a little more damage to kill. Double summons in there, obviously. Double set. You know, if you set 2 cards and your opponent only summons 1 monster, you already got the advantage. You won the race, so you don't really need to worry about anything else, because you're gonna flip and spin that monster back to your opponent's hand, summon a monster, beat him in the face with it. And if it's Electro, you're gonna summon Electro and freeze the back row and beat him in the face with it. At first I used to run 3 Electros, but I put it down to 2 and added in a that Gale Lizard. Oh, this is okay. So this is the duel here. Okay, so I ran an Invader of Darkness in here, just 1 Invader of Darkness in here, like I'm Yugi with the Dark Magician. And in this particular duel, I think that boy saw me through. So you guys are gonna see it in this. It's actually pretty dang funny. If this is the duel, I don't remember if this is the duel. I saved a lot of duels, and I had some really amazing duels. But as you can see, Gravekeepers was pretty prevalent, and I don't think it was about the deck, like my deck and how powerful it was. I think it was about it was more about like my deck and how clever I played with it, or how well I played with it. Because okay, yeah, I think this is it. Oh yeah, it's about how well I played with the deck, not anything else. Because the deck obviously doesn't have the most powerful monsters. It doesn't overwhelm, it just controls. But as you can see, like the chip damage I'm doing, again, it's a Weevil kind of deck, so it kind of lives on chip. I got this guy down to 900 points. Now he's gonna bring out the Chief, and the Chief is gonna get that Recruiter, and then it's gonna be my James because he's afraid of Mirror Wall. So I sack them both off for the Invader of Darkness and attack his Beast for 900 and perfect damage for game. Invader of Darkness, boy. I got a deck coming up with this, man. I got everything ready to go to build a deck for the Invader of Darkness. So get ready for that. You should be having an Invader of Darkness deck coming out pretty soon. We have the Crimson packs that are out yet. I'm so hyped and excited about that. And let me just tell you guys about just competitiveness in Duel Links in general. So I started out Duel Links for fun, and then I'm competitive in nature. So as I started to play the game, I was enjoying it and then playing it competitively with you guys. But I don't think I've ever gotten serious about Duel Links and being competitive up until right now. The deck that you're looking at on the left is a result of that seriousness. It was just like, I need to make something that's gonna fucking win every time. And this is what I made that wins every time. No particular deck that has a theme or whatever, but I guess you could say this deck has a gimmick. But I wanted a deck that could win consistently every time, and this is what I came up with. It's pretty dang sexy. As you can see, you know, it's simple, and you know, in architecture you can just put the monster on the board, flip him back to your opponent's hand, beat breaks off of him. Even more, is this the same duel? I think this is the same duel. Yeah, this is the same duel. Yeah, it was so glorious. I had to play it a second time. Well, that was all the replays. So now we're back here, boys. The results are over. Silver won. Ugh. They put me all the way down to silver 1. Oh, and the rewards. So I get to take some rewards now. So it says receive your ranking rewards here. The event rewards have been sent to your gift box. So it looks like I get qualifiers met and some gold and a super and an ultra. So let's go back and get those. Let's get that real quick. Let's see what we get here. All right, so I'll take it. I'll take the money. That's some dual-thigh crap. But how do I pick my super and ultra though? They didn't give me that. Oh, I gotta press it here and pick it. Okay. Yikes, and it's parallel rare too. Oh man. Wow, this is some good stuff. You take damage, target one card in the graveyard with attack less than or equal to the amount you took and special summon the target. Dang, that's really sexy. I don't know what to take. I can get any super rare that I want, and it's gonna be parallel rare too. Oh, I could have got a parallel rare Invader. Alright, I already got 3, so it's okay. Ooh, I can take this Mystic Box, parallel rare. Ooh, it's a lot of good super rares here. It's a lot of good super rares. I don't know what I'm gonna take. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna take yet. I have no idea what I'm gonna take. There's some great super rares here though. Alright, so what do we got for the ultras? Probably all the ultras. Oh no, we don't have all the ultras. We just have these ultras. That sucks, man. Is this... Dang. Why only these ultras? Man. I'm a little disappointed on these ultras, to be honest. Wow. I am a little disappointed on these ultras. Of all these ultras, I guess I would take a Vanguard or Dragon. Yeah, since that's my choices here. I don't want a dang Kaiba, man. I'll take a Vanguard. That'll be my second Vanguard. And then let's see. For my super rare, I'm just gonna go ahead and just pick something. For my super rare, I shall choose a Command Magician. I could take a second Command Magician. That's a good choice. I never got a Cocoon Evolution. Oh, I could take a second one of these. Ooh, actually, I do want a second one of those really bad. Or I could take that last Mystic Box. I don't even know. I think I'm gonna take one more of these guys from the Super Joey thing. One of these, because I really wanted another Divine Knight. So I'll take a second Divine Knight. I took a second Divine Knight. That's what I took. And I plan on, if I had 2 Divine Knights, I would have used it in this deck. Because it would have helped with the removal. But I didn't have it. But now I have 2 Divine Knights, so they're all finished. And I needed a 1 Tribute Beast to play in this deck. So actually, since I have you here, I'll add it right now. But guys, I really want to know, what was your experience like in the tournament? Like, you know, what was your experience? How, you know, did you make it up to a high rank? Were you defeated? You know, let me know what happened. I'm very curious. I really want to know. And I had a great time. I thought it was a good event. A couple things I wish it was just a little bit different, like I mentioned to you before. But other than those couple things, I think it was a wonderful tournament. I really enjoyed it. I really did. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoy playing the combo deck. I'm sure I'll see it in the rank mode. I've seen the Weevil deck in the rank mode so many times in so many forms. It's been getting bananas. But you guys honor me by playing my deck, and I'm glad that it went and took you guys to King of Games. But man, this has been a really great experience, and I can't wait to go on the next one. But as always, my boys, until the next video, keep it dead.